Hey guys, it's Cassidy at the Poets Corner with another author interview. And today I'm excited to speak with one of the few and upcoming holistic health and fitness coaches in England, Mounira Assoul, or Mimi as she's known in the fitness world. I'm excited to speak with her today about her book, Inflowfit Method, and more about her career as a health and fitness coach. How you doing today, Mimi?
Hi, good evening, Cassidy. It's so nice to meet you. I'm very well, thank you.
Sweet. It's great to meet you too. So, first question's pretty basic. Where are you from?
Well, originally I'm from Algeria, North Africa, but I've been living in England for about 20 years.
Do you enjoy it?
Oh, I love it. I consider England as my, well, first, second home, whatever, really. I try not to identify too much with country-wise. I'm a human being. That's good enough.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Well, I understand that you're passionate about health and fitness. So, what sparked that passion?
Oh, very much so. Um, Well, I've always been very active as an individual. And I personally consider health and fitness and well-being in general as true wealth. So it's quite, close to my heart. I'm very curious about the human body, the way it moves, its ability to heal and recover very quickly, obviously given the right conditions. So that sparked in me the desire to search more and find out more. So for sure, it's fascinating. The human body is probably one of the most fun. And it's funny enough, actually, the more you discover, the more you just think, oh, I'm only touching the surface here. It's a lot deeper. It's a never ending process, by the way, never ending.
Oh my gosh.
Fascinating.
I bet. So, what inspired you to pursue a career in health and wellness?
Um, this is actually a funny one. I've been a member of different health clubs, and one in particular that after that I worked for a David Lloyd group, and I was the type who was very dynamic, very again passionate. So front row, in classes, shouting, and all that. And obviously most of the instructors love it because it gives more oomph into the sessions.
For sure.
And one of my instructor, Michelle Reese, I just love that woman, very inspirational as well. We were doing body combat, Les Mills type of MMA training, and shouting and this and that. So when we finished the session, she goes, "Oh, Mimi, you'd make a great instructor." I thought, really? She said, yeah, you would. You're amazing. I thought, okay, maybe then. And, slowly just, she literally, put that idea into my head and thinking, yeah, why not? I love it. So why not? So you start doing the basic training and then you add on and then it becomes even more and then to what it is now. So that was back in 2010.
2010. Wow. So, you've been working as a health and fitness coach for over a decade now.
Yeah, since 2000 and yeah, 11, 12. So it took me about a year to sort of, work out the modules and what to do, what not to do.
Wow, that's so great. Well, so I understand you started your own business, Inflowfit, and are a health and fitness coach, Pilates instructor, and eating psychology coach. So tell me more about all that.
Oh gosh, yeah. As I said, it's always evolving, isn't it? You want to learn more, you want to do more, and because it's very intricate, human body is very complex. It's not simple. Um, so, but I think the side of it as a business was more during the lockdown and COVID-19 pandemic because we didn't have the choice because all the health clubs and gyms were pushed to close. So, we tried to develop more and I did a lot of online course and that's what I discovered the eating psychology side of it, which just blew my mind. You just realize that all of us, we have very unhealthy relationship with food because of the lifestyle we lead. today. So I teamed up with, so I was never idle as such. So I was lucky that, I was quite um, a popular fitness instructor where I worked. So a lot of people said, oh, could we do some online? And I said, yeah, I'm more than happy to do that. So we maintained that. But not just that. I worked with a friend of mine. She's a nutritional therapist here in Oxford, and a friend of mine who's another personal trainer, MMA fighter, and we thought, well, let's design a program that sort of put us all together, because I also always believe that you need kind of, again, a holistic or multi-dimensional solution, not just food and exercise. And habit changing for me is a big thing, which obviously I discovered when I did the eating psychology side of it. So yeah, we put a design a program together whereby I speak about habit changing. She obviously, being a nutritional therapist, so that was her specialty, to talk about nutrition. And Sandeep, the other gentleman, to do all about exercise. And we went through the history of exercise, why we feel the need that today we have to have gyms, while before obviously our ancestors didn't feel the need for that because they were very active. It was fascinating. Obviously, it was an online program. It's called 6-week transformation program, part of the Inflowfit. Obviously, my baby, the Inflowfit. Yeah, it was very successful. But after that, what I think after the program had finished, obviously we took the feedback from participants and also our own feedback. It was the first time we collaborated together at that scale, and it was a novelty and everything else. So we needed to sort of review and see what worked, what didn't. And what we realized is actually each individual had their own intake from the program. So they didn't all achieve the same results, or, because they were at different stages of their lives.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And I truly believe in that. And that's how then the Inflowfit and the idea of writing a book sort of, of course, the book is always at the back of your mind, but how it sort of got into that, thinking, yeah, you know what, there's no one solution fits all, obviously, another confirmation that, but there are certain principles that people have to understand about health and fitness and well-being overall, but then you pick, tweak, and apply and see how it works for you, depending on where you're coming from and your lifestyle, your own lifestyle, how much stress you have, what you do in life. Are you single? Are you not? I mean, there's so many variables and there's so many factors. It's unbelievable how one thing can actually change the whole thing. And that's how it all started. Yeah.
Wow, that's so great. Well, and there's a lot of one size fits all health approaches to your health, and it's really great that you're able to write this book. So tell me more about it. And I mean, you talked about what inspired you to write it, but tell me a little bit more about the Inflowfit method.
Well, I wanted precisely a holistic approach, because only a holistic approach can truly provide sustainable results. And also it digs deeper into the issues that people face on a daily basis, not just on the surface. It frustrates me to see people focusing only on results and the looks, isn't it? Everybody wants, biceps and, the six pack. But believe it or not, some people who have the six pack, it doesn't necessarily mean they are healthy.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with health. So for me, health was the most important thing. So I always tell my clients, if you focus on health, you know what, the looks will come, but don't put the looks first. Just focus on the health. Again, it's very holistic in nature. It combines habit changing, nutrition, exercise, and rest, which is part of the deal. So it's not just about going and doing more. And I had noticed, I mean, as a fitness instructor for 10 years or more, you notice, you become, whether you like it or not, you notice things. And I realized that there's something that's not right, because I've seen women in particular do so much, yet they're not there. They struggle to achieve their health and fitness, goals, and if they do, they look tired, and then very quickly they go back to themselves. So it's clearly there's something that's not right. And that's what triggered for me, obviously, to go on to research for about 3 years and gather and just formulate what's right, what's not wrong. And funny enough, actually, most of the findings from the books I've read and the podcast I watched confirmed my suspicion that clearly, for sure now, and any professional will tell you that eating less and exercising more is definitely a flawed premise. It doesn't work like that. So you need to look at the so many variables, so many factors that a person goes through, that you need all the help from the different sides of a life of a human being. And I personally, it's also become a part of the Inflowfit philosophy that a balanced human being needs more than just food and water to survive, or drink to survive. You need love, love in the general sense, but even romantic love, because this is who we are. We're social animals. You need a purpose of existence. Otherwise, you become, demotivated and not feeling well, bored. You need good sun exposure, healthy sun exposure. You need good rest. So all that is so important. So it's not just about, hey, just drop a few calories here and there and work as hard as you can, and then you get it. Yeah, you may get the result you want in a short period of time, but then it comes at the expense of you feeling, tired and missing out on time with family. Or so clearly it wasn't the right solution. So, but I think with the book, what I wanted from it is to be educational, because it's so important for me to pass on that, the wisdom and knowledge that I acquired through my research. Because I can come, if you're my client and you say, hey, I want to achieve, such, level of fitness, or a certain kg, like, or lose five pounds or whatever, people want. But if I give you the program of, workout, as well as a meal plan, but if you don't understand why you need to do that, you're not going to stick to it.
Yeah.
You don't understand the reason behind it. So for me, education is so important, and it's about time that people actually take back control of understanding, not just relying on us professionals. Yeah, sure, we're happy to help, and you still need a professional to execute anyway. We're not going to disappear. But it's that no, oh yeah, actually makes sense now. So when I tell you, hey, work on your hydration, you know why. Or if I tell you, well, sort out and fix and improve your sleep, you understand why, because everything else depends on that. So not only education, which is very important, but also has solutions that hardly cost anything, which for me is very important. So each section in my book has blueprints. So if I say work on your improving your sleep, here's the blueprint. And you don't have to apply all of them. Just take whatever resonates with you, because you can't give one, two, or three solutions that fit everybody. It has to be a variety of solutions. Whatever resonates with you. Oh, I'm missing that. Well, work on those and leave the rest for somebody else. They're not for you. So yeah, that was the idea.
Wow, that's so amazing. Well, so I understand that you were also featured on Oxford Mail promoting your book. So tell me more about that.
Yeah, that was very exciting. Yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have been able to do it without my editor, Danielle Rath. She was amazing. I remember it had a lot of science initially, when you edit and stuff. And she goes, Mimi, you're targeting pretty much everybody. You need to explain what she was amazing at that, because
Aw.
you know so much, and you just assume that everybody knows that. She goes, no, you're talking about metabolic rate. People know metabolic rate. I said, really? She goes, yeah, you need to You need to make it more, accessible in terms of, understanding. I said, oh my God, you're right. So she got all the nonsense from it. She was amazing. Yeah, so she helped me a lot in making sure that I get some media exposure. Yeah, no, that was great because it's true. I mean, you rarely see um, someone from someone who is, I don't know if you call that ordinary person, who take it upon herself to create a method outside the mainstream, to just generally try to help people understand more, apply basic rules in order to change their lives. It's it's amazing. It's great. I was very happy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, how long did it take you to write your book?
Oh gosh, you see, to be honest with you, as a creative person, and I'm sure most of the creative people and writers in particular would agree with me, we don't know where those ideas come from. Truly, you get inspiration, so we can't really take um, uh, all the credit for your ideas. Maybe it comes from a pool of common consciousness or something like that. No, honestly, you go to sleep and then you wake up and you're thinking, yeah, actually that makes sense. I need to do this and I need to do that. You have no idea where they come from. So to give myself all the credit, I don't know, maybe there's a pool of, great ideas that all creative people, when they sleep and when they are in that state of flow, they just, get inspiration and it just comes to them. It's a download. I don't know. Yeah, so it just you get ideas and obviously you start writing things, and it developed. I remember the initially when it came to the name, I thought I would call it mindfulness fitness, because you wanted to be present in, and then obviously you think, that. So it evolves. Any idea will evolve. It's never the same. So you start writing things, and it's funny because a person who actually helped me a lot was my sister. She's a psychiatrist in Paris, in France, and I remember I visited her a few months before we started the proper editing of the book, and it was very, very, again, scientific, very heavy. I was talking about a little bit about quantum physics, and she goes, "Hmm, hang on a second. If I'm your client and I want to buy the book and to change my life and to lose, let's say, 10 kg, I don't think I would want to know about quantum physics at that level. So you need to make it more practical." And I thought, oh my God, it makes so much sense. See, because you have all these fancy ideas, and they do make sense, but for the immediate person, it just didn't make any sense. And I was so grateful. So she just again chopped all the nonsense and said, no, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't, keep it simple, keep it, direct. Because imagine, put yourself in their shoes. You have 5 kg extra. You don't want to know about the philosophy that much. You just want to know, what you need to do to improve your life, because
Yeah, the
that's your
basics.
focus at the moment. She was really tough with me. And I thought, oh, so I came back and I contacted the editor. I said, no, I need to do this, and we need. Oh, it was amazing. So from the idea, all the research took me about 3 years,
Okay.
compiling and stuff. And I would say from concept to the book being published, about a year.
Okay,
So
nice. That's
yeah,
not
you
bad,
would think it's
honestly.
no, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, the ideas, yes, you get the inspiration, but to put them into it, and of course, I'm like a normal human being as well. I get lazy, you know. And by the way, one thing I always want to tell people: do not compare yourselves to health and fitness coaches. It's our job. We need to look good. It's like a star. Of course, I'm not saying a star, but you know what I mean. It's the same. It's the same idea that people look at stars and thinking, "Oh my God, they look amazing." It's their job. They get paid to look good. Okay, and they have the help. We have the knowledge. I have to work out to earn money. So it's not your case. So don't try to compare yourself. Just focus on yourself, what you can do, and take the knowledge and progress. It's not about perfection, it's about progression.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
I'm
Sweet. So, what has been your favorite part about being an author?
oh gosh, I think it's all those ideas which I don't understand where they come from. I mean, I do know where they come from, but you know what I mean? It just comes to you and thinking, yeah, and I love the research. As I said, I'm someone who's really passionate about the human body, and it fascinates me. So it is a never-ending process because science doesn't stand still. It's all the time discovering, and you just have to keep up with that knowledge. You can't just sit still and think, hey, I know it all now. It's all good. No, it's a constant uh, progress. But yeah, I just love the research and putting my ideas into practice. But I think helping people, ordinary people in particular, realizing that it doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be complex. It's simple. And I always say to clients or people I meet, even sometimes just like that, when you strike a conversation with someone you don't know, and obviously naturally you speak about health, fitness, and I say, look, if people just focus on for me, four basic elements of health: sleep, stress, hydration, and breathing. If you sort that out, you know what? Naturally, you'll achieve so much. You don't have to make it complicated. Um, so yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea, is to simplify, simplify.
Yeah, no, that's so great. Well, it's also great that, you're able to do what you're passionate about, researching about holistic health, and then also inspire other people to, live that out. That's wonderful.
Absolutely, I love it.
That's great. So, what has been the most rewarding part of your career in health and fitness?
I think it just sometimes when I still teach, by the way, at clubs and stuff, Pilates, and when people just come to me and say, "Oh my God, thank you so much, Mimi. I had an amazing workout. I feel great." Just one person can just, um, but I mean, after the people who started applying my method, honestly, the feedback was massive, was huge, and it just, it makes me happy. It makes me happy, makes me proud that I am actually part of a growing network of professionals. And I have to say that because obviously I follow what's going on around, in the US in particular, funny enough,
Yeah.
more so. Um, the growing network of professionals who are precisely developing simpler ways of achieving your health and fitness and well-being goals, so it's accessible to everybody. You don't have to be among the very few who have all of them personal trainers and chefs that prepare their perfect food. Yeah, so everybody should be able to get healthier and fitter and happier in a simple way, and as effective as anybody else.
Yeah. Sweet, great. Well, so what's in store for the future? Any new goals or new writing projects coming up?
Oh gosh, yeah. I got way too much, I have to say. Um, well, obviously, I'm. It's still early stages. I mean, the Inflowfit method book was published only in July, so it's still fairly new in the market. So this is still part of the wanting to, more exposure, people to discover it and things like that. And it's actually it's great because I'm featuring in a podcast in the US,
Awesome.
the Randy Fine podcast. So that's going to be in I think mid-February. So that I'm really looking forward to that, for the Americans to discover, obviously, the my ideas and their philosophy. But yeah, I'm just carrying on to market that. But more excitingly, I'm getting downloads for my next book.
Woohoo! Awesome.
Um, which has nothing to, well, for me, everything is connected. You can't say that politics is completely separate from health. Everything for me in the universe is connected. So the next one will be on political and social change.
Wow. Oh,
Well, because my background is politics, so I'm still passionate about that as well. But I always thought that to change a system, social or political, because what makes any system is the individual. So start with the individuals first. That's why my first focus was to enable people to be able to change their basic daily habits, become better. Because if you're healthier and happier, guess what? You'll have an amazing world.
yes.
Then we can contribute, all of us together, in improving, the political and social system, so we can have the perfect world we all dream about.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, great next step. That's exciting.
I'm so excited. There's a lot of research. So can we save democracy? Let's hope so.
We'll find out in your next book.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
That's so cool. Awesome. Well, that was pretty much all the questions I have. I just have one final one. If someone wanted to focus on improving their health and fitness, what would be the best strategy that you'd recommend to them?
Great question. Thank you very much for that. I'd say keep it simple. First of all, don't compare yourself to other people. Your journey is very unique. We live in a world where we tend to wanting to get results like other people. So again, sleep for me is key, because and you'll find out in my book that if you're not sleeping well, everything else goes haywire. The second one is stress. You need to learn how to deconstruct stress, because believe it or not, stress is a choice. It's a choice. So in my book, in the blueprint, you'll understand what it stems from and why, and how to solutions, how to manage it. I actually don't like the word managing. You shouldn't manage stress. You should just cut it out. There are ways of it's all about the mindset, how you see things. It's all about perspective, isn't it? The other one is hydration is massive. You'll be surprised. And the latest research has confirmed that people who are overweight are 10 times more likely to be dehydrated than lean people. So that's massive. Yeah. And you'll be surprised. And again, hydration is completely misunderstood. People think it's just water in and out. It's a little bit more complex than that. And in my book, you'll find out that it's not just water in and out. And if people think that water is HO2, think again. In my second phase, in a section called Magic, the Magic of Water, you'll discover that water isn't exactly water. So it's fascinating. It's fascinating. That's the latest research as well. So yeah, if people work on those, which are not massive, and again, it's introducing small changes, incremental changes on a daily basis. So so they are more sustainable, rather than trying to think, oh my God, I need to change that. I need to. No, if you start becoming overwhelming, you know what? You're not gonna sustain. You're not gonna carry. You're not gonna continue in that path. So just brace yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. It's still valid all the
Awesome. Sweet. Well, thank you so much, Mimi. I love
time.
speaking with you, talking with you about your book and holistic health. And guys, if you want to check out Mimi's book and her website as well, they will be linked in the bio. So you'll be able to check out all of that good stuff. I'm so excited for you. I'm wishing you the best of luck in your new book as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, have a great rest of your day, okay?
Thank you so much, and stay in the flow, stay strong.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Are you ready to truly take charge of your health and happiness? It's not a secret that the diet industry is a cash cow, but it's not so well known that they failed the average person by pretending that weight loss and good health are attainable only through conventional methods like counting calories or hours spent in the gym. Psychologically, we overeat for so many reasons, the least of which is usually actual hunger. My book gets to the bottom of why we sabotage our weight loss efforts and builds people back up so they have the fundamental tools they need to succeed. It's that simple, and it's already worked for so many happy people. Early reviews lend credence to the Inflowfit method claims, with readers outlining the many ways the Inflowfit method has changed their lives for the better.